KUAM TVH, first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Hafa-day, I'm Hannah Devanzo, and welcome to Weekend Edition. Our top story tonight.
Hafa-day, I'm Sergeant Paul Tapal, your Guam Crime Stoppers Coordinator, and this is your Crime of the Week. The Guam Crime Stoppers is seeking the assistance from the community relative to two school break-ins that occurred in the village of Dededo and PD. Now, the preliminary police report suggests that on Monday, September 19, school officials from Weddingale Elementary School in Dededo reported to the Guam Police Department that the school had been broken into by unknown individuals. On Tuesday, September 20, officials from Jose Rios Middle School in PD reported to police that the school had also been broken into by unknown individuals. Now, the students from Weddingale Elementary and Jose Rios Middle School is asking that if anyone has any information that can aid GPD investigators to kindly submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All tip information will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
And the general election is quickly approaching, and in this week's Decision 2022 series, Canvassing with KUAM, I spoke with a large and important group in the community about their hopes for the election, despite many of them not eligible to vote in it. Thousands of them immigrated here and now call the island their home, many pursuing educations, entering the workforce, and raising families on Guam. Yet many members of the FSM community feel excluded from the rest of the island's people. Here we meet three different people who all came to pursue an education at the University of Guam. They've each called Guam their home for over a decade now. Meet Leilani Giltanag, who's originally from Yap. She's invested in the island's politics, but will have to watch from the sidelines in the general election. The harsh reality for her is disappointing.
A little sad, I pay taxes. I do everything like other Guamanians, Chamorros, or people that are eligible to vote do, except for vote for our leaders here. And so I encourage all the other ones who are born and raised here in Guam, who are eligible to register to vote, to go ahead and vote for their leaders, because their voice pretty much affects my life here in Guam. So
the same goes for Sam Alisagam. He too can't vote for the island's next elected officials.
Of course, I'm not a U.S. citizen, so I have no right to vote. But at the same time, there's a need to bring our voices and our issues to our elected leaders. Because this is my community, this is our community, so we want to be part of that community building process.
Head of the Chuukese Association of Guam, Hendrik Evluck, moved from Chuuk back in the 80s and has seen improvements in involving their community. Like the others, he won't be casting his ballot in the general election, but shares another avenue for members of the FSM community to have their voices heard.
If we get them involved in the decision-making, the law-making process on island, the feeling of being alienated will be restored, and they can actively contribute to the community that they have chosen to live. We need the feeling of part of the community. And the feeling of alienation is just something that nobody can comprehend it or absorb it, nor swallow it.
Alisagam also shared the importance of having them involved in policy making.
How do we make our voices be heard in the elected leadership? So if you were to look at I've seen some of the reports that have come out regarding our communities, right? So if we're having an impact on the education system here in Guam, if we're having an impact on the medical system here in Guam, if we're looking at our impact on the housing services here in Guam, if we're saying that we're a big influence or a big kind of part of those systems, then how can we get our voices to be part of decision makings within those systems? Why can't we be part of the Department of Education board? Have you seen any members of our community on the board for housing? Have you seen any of our members of our community being a part of CMH board?
As for needs they see in the community,
The needs are number one, health and education.
Access to health care, access to affordable housing, having enough food to put on the table for our families. We need good roads. Some of our community members live in areas that would really benefit from good roads. Just like everyone else, we need access to better education.
they're hoping island leaders can address these issues in the community and provide effective solutions.
I heard the other day a mention of our high rate of our population being at TOC. Right? That's not new, right? That's something that has been happening over the years. And how are we addressing it? I'm sure our leaders and our our service providers have been working at this for years, but is it making an impact within that population? The same thing that I heard the other day about our Micronesian kids at the TOIA. Again, that's not new. It's been going on for a while. But we've been working at it for years. Right? So what's the solution? It's not. I'm not going to provide you the solution, because it needs to be a community solution, right? So again, maybe if we start to kind of look at things from different angles, then we might start to see some positive changes.
Giltnag, too, has a message for current and future island leaders.
I was hoping that the next leaders would consider us members of the community, contributing members of the community. There's a lot of stigma around the FSM community on Guam, and for the past couple of years, I've seen a lot of improvements. I've seen a lot of what do you call it? A lot of engagement in the FSM community with things that are going on. So I want to continue seeing that, but I want to also see the support from the elected leaders.
They've heard the stigmas commonly said about their community.
There's the drugs, alcohol use, drug use, violence, family violence, homelessness. That's kind of one of the issues that really gets to me, is why would you leave your island and come out here to be homeless? But then at the same time, it's kind of impossible or almost impossible for them to get into housing without the support that they need. So, in my career, I've been working to help my brothers and sisters from the FSM try to get on their feet, but it's also like one person can't do it, and I'm only one voice in the community, right? So if we could get that support from our elected leaders, it would really help.
As being part of the community, and I observe that, I heard, and I realize it and understand it myself. Another thing, but let me be honest with this. During the past few years, a couple of years ago, I am one of those that is getting the feeling of being offended by the priority of deportation of the people, FAA citizens on Guam. I feel offended. There are some ways that we can handle that. There are therapeutic courts on Guam. There are some rehabilitation programs that we can handle. And maybe it's just there's a need for them to implement it well for those that are in need.
All three are encouraging other island residents to exercise their right to vote and hit the polls come Election Day and be a voice for those who can't participate. Coming up, we have the newest inductee to the Culture Club, and later, Jason Solis with sports. You're watching KUAM.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
Today, I'm Kelina from Doc's Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Doc's Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The Governor's Child Care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the Governor's Child Care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
The rising cost of living is affecting all of us on Guam. Our administration has expanded a program. We want to pay for your child's daycare up to $675 a month per child. This means more money in your pocket to pay for other expenses like the cost of gas and groceries. The Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration is investing in Guam's future, and that starts by supporting our working families. We are all in this together, Guam.
This ad is paid for by government funds at the Office of the Governor and the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Welcome back to Your News Leader. Here's this week's newest inductee to the Culture Club, Andrew Arce.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropical Ice.
Today, my name is Drew. I'm from Home Plate, Kelegwin Shop. We're located down here at Chamorro Village, right next to the main pavilion on the Paseo side, unit number 168. I don't know, cooking's just always been like a family thing. I always spent a lot of time in the kitchen with Mom. And, she always used to love making chicken Kelegwin, so we just made that a lot growing up, and it brought us together as a family. Obviously I would, be outside barbecuing with my stepdad, and my brothers, we'd get together, debone, chop the chicken, and it just really started that way, and then over at my mom's house, we used to have this big lemon tree in the back, so we always had some fresh lemons, so anytime we had a barbecue, people would always bring meats over to Kelegwin, so it just became something that was always on the table, was always there, and still here up until this day, I think my earliest memory of cooking is like 3rd grade, I think. We always had fiestas, family fiestas, and so we'd always prep, we'd always barbecue, always doing something in the kitchen. Every weekend was always a barbecue, so the kitchen was always a good place to find, family, and just talk, catch up on life, with the family. People always ask me, like, what's the secret ingredient, right? And I always tell them it's love, the secret ingredient is love. And so, and I mean that to the heart, right? Because whenever I'm cooking, whenever I'm in there, I like it peace and quiet when it's by myself, and whenever I'm making Kelegwin or just mixing, I'm remembering, my aunties and uncles that have passed and things that I've learned from them, especially Mom, thinking about the memories, thinking about them, and it just always feels good, always brings me back to like the nostalgia of being a kid, learning how to cook these things for the first time, that proud moment when it comes out good, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it's an amazing feeling to always be in the kitchen, and remembering our loved ones that have passed, and so that's what I like to do when I'm cooking. So it always comes from the heart, always with love. Yeah. You gotta barbecue the chicken, and you gotta chop the chicken, then you gotta grate the coconut, then you gotta cut the onions, cut the pepper. So it's really all like there's really no order of doing it, as long as in the end it all comes down to that final product. That's very important to preserve the culture, because wherever I go, wherever people, once you say you're from Guam, there's like this certain level of respect or certain level of reputation that they know of Guam, right? And it's not fake. It's, the hospitality is real, seeing different parts of the world, seeing different cultures, right? Like, it just makes you more proud of where I come from, right? And I think it's important to carry on the culture, especially through the foods that we eat, because Guam has a very unique lifestyle, where the hospitality, the way we take care of each other, and especially in hard times, I think it's very important that we carry that forward. This current generation, I think, is doing an amazing job to not only preserve the culture, but to actually grow the culture. I mean, now they got schools that are teaching the Chamorro language. They got gumas all over the place that are teaching the culture through dance, teaching the culture through the reteaching of the language. I mean, they got little kids now that can speak Chamorro, and I can't, So there's this culture right now. I think if they just continue in the direction that it's going in, it's gonna get bigger, it's gonna grow, and it's an amazing time right now. Hafade, my name is Andrew Arce, and I'm proud to be a part of KUAM's Culture Club.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropicool Ice.
And you can view all of our Culture Club members by going to our YouTube channel, KUAM News. And up next, Jason Salas is filling in for Dave Delgado and has your look at sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Attention contractors and future homeowners. Come and network with Guam's construction industry at the 2022 GCA Construction Industry Trade Fair and Expo, happening September 29th and 30th at the FD Phoenix Center in Manilao. Doors open from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on both days, and admission is free. With over 50 exhibitors, your time will be well spent looking at new products and services, whether you're a contractor or future homeowner. For more information, contact GCA at 671-647-4840.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together. KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
All right, KUAM Sports is coming right at you, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. I have here a very, very good friend of mine, Coach Jacob Dowdell, Guam High Panthers for life. That is a mission, Coach, that you have instilled in your fellow coaches, in the players. And although Guam High is a day school, so you get a lot of military families coming in and out. Not every student athlete that goes there plays for all 4 years, but under your tutelage, you have always made sure that everybody is part of the Panther family. And you are actually honoring a lifelong Panther with some of your work from a serviceman who is no longer with us.
Yeah, it is Panther Nation for life, right? And in all facets of how you can phrase that word. We are definitely in a place in our existence as Panther Nation that you don't want to be in, but we're going to honor the life of Dante Baines. Unfortunately, at 25 years old, and while serving in the world's greatest Air Force, he unfortunately passed away in Korea. And so, everything that we'll do in this upcoming season is going to be in his honor. We're going to wear DB stickers on our helmets, and then we're going to have an award, the Dante Baines Award for Academic Excellence and Community Service. And that just goes right to what 671 is about, right? The people here on Guam, that sense of family and purpose. So I think the award would be befitting the island culture and who he was as a person.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell me, Coach, like what was Dante like? Because he when he played for you over there in Guam High, that was class of 2015. He wore number 56. Tell me about what type of player he was, but more importantly, the type of person that Dante was.
You know what? Dante comes from great parents, right? His mom and dad, Rodney, and his wife, man, Wakithia, they are absolutely magnificent people, right? And so Dante was a big reflection of that. He's one of the main reasons why we do every year before the start of football season, we come and volunteer. All the kids, they come and volunteer. All the players come and volunteer up at the elementary school to help get all the classrooms set up, when teachers are trying to get things set up. And Dante was big on that. He's like, hey, we got to give back. It's more than football. And he had this gigantic smile, and anybody who knew him knew about his smile. And so it is an honor for me to have the opportunity to say that we work with him. And it's even greater because my own son, Jalen, wore number 56. So that number means a lot. And this year we will not even wear number 56, but we will take it with us every time we take the field in honor of him, and he'll be an honorary captain for us for life.
There is no better way to honor a fallen comrade or a fallen teammate than to do that. Let's talk about the type of player when he was on the field, Coach. And I think you talked about his character. It's perfectly fitting that he went directly into the military so that he could, he could fight for the little guy, and he could say, I've got your back and take care of some really heavy responsibilities. But when he was on the field and he played for you, what was his talent? What position did he play? And, what did he mean for Panther Nation?
Hey, listen, Dante was a perfect example of a Guam High athlete, right? We're so small. We don't have the big numbers, God bless them, GW. When we played them last year, they had, I think, like 50, 60 kids. And then, FD in the finals, it was like 80 of them, right? But at Guam High, you got to play all three positions. You're offense, defense, and special teams, right? And one of the things that really impressed me about him, he never complained. Coach him on offense, yes. Coach him on defense, yes. Special teams too, yes. But he always had that smile. He'd go back out there. And so that is why it's so important, the work that we do now in trying to get kids opportunities to go off to college and play at the next level. And so it was kids like Dante that really, really inspired me and coaches like Chad EK to really help kids get an opportunity, right? And so just in his honor, these 3 camps that we have coming up, we looked at calling them the Hope Camps, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to rename those Dante Baines Hope Camps. So October 12th, Coach Bob Harmon will be here. And he's going to do a camp for the kids, and we're gonna just give our best to give our kids an opportunity to go and play at the next level. Then we'll be having another camp, and super excited about this Dante Baines Give Back Camp in Christmas, because we'll have Coach Chad EK and for the first time Coach Diaz from Moore Park. He was born here in Guam, and so this will be his first. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, this is going to be something special.
That's going to be a great homecoming for him.
Yes, and so he's coming, and then in March we're going to do another camp, man, springing into hope with Dante Baines, and so his name will live for a long time here on Guam, and hopefully people will recognize that, because we're going to recognize him at these camps where we're trying to give kids a chance.
Absolutely. So, Coach, before I let you go, like when you talked to the team this year, obviously, you said, someone that played here way before you did. You guys were little kids when he played. But you said you're doing what the various things that you're doing to honor him and everything. What do you say to the players about, those who came before them, and then the path that Dante, with his hard work and, with his attitude and his character, about the path that he created for them? And what he should mean to them.
I had a chance to reach out to our superintendent over in Korea, who himself is a former coach, and It's about inspiring kids to do the right thing academically. And so that's going to be my major message. You know, Dante was a student athlete, but student first. And so let's be inspired to reach the heights that he reached as far as academics, first and foremost, and then take on the character that he had as a person. He was a good person. I want that known more than anything. Dante Baines was a really good, solid person with great, loving parents and a great younger brother who supported and loved him. And so that's indicative of what you find here on Guam. And so I think we're going to look to celebrate that. Our team handshakes are going to mean a little bit more this year.
There you go. Well, thank you, Coach, for doing that, and I'm sure Dante's family is incredibly grateful for what you're doing to make sure that his name is remembered always in Guam sports history, and that means a lot.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, brother.
Absolutely. So here's a little message that Coach put together to make sure that Panther Nation always remembers Dante Baines, number 56.
My name is Coach Jacob Dowdell. I'm the head coach of the Guam High Panthers. It gives me great honor today to stand here with this jersey, number 56, worn by Dante Baines. Dante, your legacy will live on as a Panther. This year, we will not wear number 56, but you will be an honorary captain at each and every game. All season will be played in your honor. We'd like to thank you for your service to our great nation. You are a great example of what a student athlete really is. In that light, we're going to have the very first annual Dante Baines Academic Excellence and Community Service Award. An award given to the athlete that demonstrates the highest academics and the highest level of community service. I think about you and that wonderful smile that you took with you everywhere you went. It's an example of good home training by your mom and your dad. We'll wear DB stickers on our helmets, but more importantly, we'll wear Dante Baines on our hearts. I thank your parents for being Panther parents forever. Dante, until we see you on the other side of heaven, keep smiling. To your parents, we love you, and we'll be there for you. Panther Nation forever. God bless you.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G. KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Don't need to worry, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
The rising cost of living is affecting all of us on Guam. Our administration has expanded a program. We want to pay for your child's daycare up to $675 a month per child. This means more money in your pocket to pay for other expenses like the cost of gas and groceries. The Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration is investing in Guam's future, and that starts by supporting our working families. We are all in this together, Guam.
This ad is paid for by government funds at the Office of the Governor and the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
We wrap up the show with your birthday shout-outs. Here's Jason Salas.
On Saturday, happy birthday to Facia Martin, KUAM Kid Forever. But she's a grown woman now, and she's an amazing mother and super, super awesome. We love Facia. Wishing you everything today and always. Happy 29th birthday, Faye. Love you always, the family, and from your KUAM family. Faye, we're really, really proud of you, and we wish you the best. On Sunday the 25th, Curtis Jace, Mommy, Daddy, Saith, and Javen love you and want to wish you a happy birthday number 2. We wish you many more birthdays, our baby. You're truly Manoloto George Familia. And Veronica Onishi celebrates birthday number 9 on Sunday. Hope you enjoyed your day. We love you so much, and may God bless you today and always. Love your family.
You can be a part of our Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by checking out KUAM.com. And that's our show. I'm Hannah Devonzo. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and please stay safe.